So we launched Guardian Labs officially in February, and we describe what we do as being expert brand storytellers. So how we work within Guardian Labs is we have our own in-house studio. Within that studio we have commercial editors, picture editors, art bars, designers, creative technologists, and we co-create beautiful branded content, stories with our clients. Now these campaigns are clearly labelled as commercial content. On occasion we do collaborate with editorial, and in order to maintain very clear editorial independence, we will allow a client clearly to work with the editorial teams to understand whether there is a synergy between what the editorial teams are developing and what those brand objectives are. And if there is a happy meeting in the middle, then we clearly label that content as sponsored content, and it is very clearly editorially independent. So increasingly we are developing audio-visual branded content. I think a couple of good examples to talk about are what we've done for Brand USA and also with EE. So Brand USA, we developed a beautiful campaign which we called Twit Trips, where our journalists went on the road in America, and where they visited and reviewed was based on local people recommending bars, hotels, places to visit via Twitter. As a result of this road trip, we also created a whole host of beautiful video content which brought to life the places that our journalists went to visit. So that is one great example. Another example is actually where we are asking users to create their own video content. So EE was the UK's first 4G provider. They were looking to launch and to communicate the benefits of 4G technology, in other words, faster uploading and sharing of rich content, video content. The editorial teams were very keen to develop a citizen journalism app, obviously absolutely in tune with the Guardian's open journalism proposition. So there was a happy meeting of minds where EE came on board and funded the launch of the Guardian's first citizen journalism app called Guardian Witness. And as part of that, our editorial teams, they create assignments for our global readers to create and share not just images, but increasingly video content. I think the most critical thing is to ensure that the calibre of the content, if it is branded, in other words commercial content, is of such a high standard that viewers and our readers are very much engaged in it. It is in tune with the quality of The Guardian as a whole. Now, I think the other critical thing for us is context. So I think a good example here is the partnership that we've developed with Unilever and our Sustainable Living campaign, and the whole partnership is called the Live Better Challenge. Now this is a mix of both sponsored, editorially independent content and also commercial branded content. So in effect we have our core editorial teams writing about sustainable living and encouraging our readers to live more sustainably. In the contents of this environment, online but also in print, we have then relevant advertisement features, branded content, which more directly talk about Unilever, its brands, and what they are doing about sustainability. So in that way, if you like, there's a context to the commercial content in line with the editorial content. And as I said, both the calibre clearly of our editorial content is wonderful, but also our branded content, to ensure that there isn't a drop in quality and therefore engagement when it comes to advertisement features. The majority of our briefs come directly via the media agencies. So our teams within Guardian Labs spend a lot of time, if you like, developing and answering those briefs, hand in hand with the creative talents within Guardian Labs, and where it's appropriate with core editorial if there's a sponsorship opportunity. We then will develop a proposal which we will present back to the media agencies, more often than not actually hand in hand with them and their client. What we are also finding is that clients are also coming to us direct, and in those instances we will work very collaboratively with the client and then bring in the media agency As we often find with branded content campaigns, that we don't just create the content, but we build up a package of media drivers around it, whether that be display or, for example, programmatic buys across the Guardian platforms. I think the really exciting thing about branded content is absolutely the opportunity to create new products. So again, I'm talking about an example I've used earlier, but Guardian Witness for us was an incredibly powerful and exciting partnership. This was because it not only won a whole host of marketing awards because it delivered on the marketing objectives of EE, but fundamentally it also enabled the Guardian to create a new product, the citizen journalism app Guardian Witness, which won the Press Innovation Award of the Year. So for us, in many ways, that's the holy grail and the really exciting opportunity that we can both meet brand objectives and drive revenues for the Guardian, and in doing so enable the Guardian to create more innovation within editorial.